Welcome back. This is John Locke, and today I'm answering a question that I saw in an SEO forum. This was an interesting question, and this person was asking, is there an online tool to calculate the link equity, the link voting power, the so-called link juice of any given link on the web? Because they wanted to know how effective each backlink that they're building for their client would be. Now, there is no tool like that that will tell you the exact efficacy of a given backlink, but let's explain how this works if all this is not making sense to you. Okay, so part of SEO, a big part of SEO, is when other websites link to your website. It's basically like a vote of confidence, or it's basically passing, if it's what they call a followed link, it's passing some of the power of that domain to that other website that's being linked to. So this is, in the past, it's been known as link juice. People don't like that term. Some people call that link equity, or different terms. But basically, hyperlinks from other websites to your website is a good thing. And especially when it's outside of the normal things that you would have, like links from your social media profiles, or your Yelp profile, or your Better Business Bureau profile, though those are still important. But if you get links from other websites, maybe a write-up in the local newspaper or your metro area's business journal, those things are generally considered good. Now, there's two types of links. There's what we call followed links and what we call no followed links. Followed links pass all of that link equity, the link power, to the site that's being linked. And then the no followed links, basically they don't pass any of it. Though most SEOs that are knowledgeable about this, they believe that no followed links are still important. I believe that. So to get back to the original question, calculating the effectiveness or the potential effectiveness of a link. Now, there's plenty of SEO tools out there that give proprietary metrics like domain rating or URL rating, or trust flow, citation flow. So there's tools out there like SEMrush, Ahrefs, Majestic, Moz, Mangools. They'll all give these kind of proprietary metrics to a given URL or a given domain. Okay, so how much of it is flowing to yours? How effective is it? So if you basically say that each link from a page might be worth so much, you could basically say, yeah, if it's a followed link, it could be worth this much. How much boost should you expect in your SEO? It's kind of hard to calculate because the way that Google operates is not like, it's a little bit more complicated than if you have so many link points. We'll just call them link points for now. If you get a really good link from a really trusted site, we'll say like a write-up in like a New York Times or something like that, just for example. We'll say that is worth, like 90 link points. And then we'll say like a write-up from your local newspaper might be worth like 40 link points. And then maybe like a link from a local blog might be worth like 30 link points. But it's not just about adding up these different points. And then if you get so many points, then you move up in the rankings. That's just one bucket of many different factors, including the content on the page, how good that content is, how satisfying it is. Does it help people meet the goal that they're trying to find when they're typing in a certain keyword? We're looking at other things like the overall reputation of the website. Does the website itself and the page itself have certain elements and things in it, maybe phrases, maybe sections where it talks about different things? But does it have different elements that fit the pattern, the vector of a page that satisfies people's search query. So all these things go into it. But if you just want to talk strictly from something like link points, link equity, link juice, whatever, there's other factors that are in play as well when it comes to this. So calculating the efficacy of a link is not as straightforward as just take the domain rating or the URL rating of a page and then divide it by however many links are on the page, and then that's how many link points go to your website. Okay, so let me explain a little bit further. The position of the link on the page is going to have a great deal to do with how much weight Google puts on that link. So for example, a link that is in the main content of a page, like the main part of the page, is going to be weighted more heavily than a link that would be in something like a footer or a sidebar. Those things tend to be site-wide links that are not necessarily put there editorially, what they say. They tend to give more weight to things that are put there editorially by a person that's either writing that article or controlling the website. So those types of links that are the main content of the page are going to be weighted more heavily, okay? And then ones that would be like maybe in a footer or somewhere where it's not maybe typically going to be seen because people don't scroll down to the bottom of the page necessarily, those things are going to be weighted a little bit less. Now Google has different patterns around those, but basically it's, to distill it down into an idea, it's how likely is this link going to be seen by a person that's going to that page. The more likely that that link is going to be seen by the person going to that page, the more weight that it's given. Okay? That's the best way to explain it. So there's another factor that goes into the weighting of these links, and that would be, how related is this website to the website that's being linked. And the reason why this is a long time ago, people kind of figured out that getting a bunch of links, now we're talking SEO maybe like 10, 12 years ago, if you just got a bunch of links from different websites and different domains, then those would generally help your SEO and push your page up. So people created all these things like private blog networks, article farms, link wheels, all these different things to try and manipulate the system. And Google doesn't want to manipulate the system. They want to reward not link spammers, they want to reward the content and the websites that are genuinely putting out the best content and satisfying the largest number of people who are searching for a particular thing. So one of the things that they have in place, and there's many, many different things, but this is just one thing. The websites that are close in category to yours, that are giving editorial links in the main part of the content, those are going to be weighted more heavily than, let's say, if you just got a link from a random site that has nothing to do with you. So, for example, if you're running a website about construction or HVAC, or you're a painting contractor or an electrician or a plumber, and you got a link from a website that was about pet sitting or pet food or something like that, that would be two things that are completely not related to each other. So that link would be worth less than if you got a link from a construction website or a contracting website. That would be worth substantially more. So these are things that really make it impossible for people to come up with a tool that accurately shows how Google weights links, because no one really knows, except for possibly people who work at Google in that particular department or that part of the algorithm. All the SEO tools that are out there, whether it's Ahrefs, Moz, Majestic, SEMrush, KW Finder, any of these ones, they all have their own kind of proprietary metrics, but these are not what Google is using. It's their own proprietary ones, basically trying to guess at how much weight Google is giving these different websites, or how probable it is that these websites would be ranking high. It's not necessarily a one-to-one, it's their own proprietary things, so keep that in mind. Anyway, I know this is a confusing subject sometimes, but basically getting links from sites that are like yours, that are, given freely in the main part of the content, good. Buying a bunch of links from link spammers or link farms or private blog networks, usually not that good, usually not worth very much at all. Google tends to ignore most of those. You might get a little boost from them, but the risk is much greater than the reward. Better to build links through relationships with real people within your industry, and that's the way to go. My name is John Locke. My business is Lockdown Design and SEO, and I'm here on a daily basis giving tips and advice on SEO. If you have a question, leave it in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer. That's all I have for now. Until next time, peace.